Here, playing, you guessed it. Another Craft's treasure. Okay. Oh, are you saying it has Daniel Day Kim? Like, actually stars Daniel Day Kim in Dead Rights, the original? I'll have to look it up. The audio was skipping, so I went to quit the game and in my recording, and it froze up for a while, and then it resumed. So I don't think it was my system, I think it's the game, because I looked it up, I googled it, other people have had issues with audio skipping, and occasionally freezing and shit like that. And the fact the system didn't freeze, the game did, you know what I mean? So I just shut the game down completely and restarted my system, and then did that just to be on the safe side. It's a little bit janky, nothing insane, but you know, like I said, it's made on a super small budget. Well, see, I'm a worrier, so anytime a game has a problem, the first thing I think is it my system? And I'm knock on wood. So, let your dreams fizzle, sweet nothing. And I love it. It's sweet nothing, ginseng, kale, void cherry, wasabi, habanero, and unicorn sweat.
Oh crap, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to grab a ticket?
You think yourself above the law, but the law is not so easily outwitted.
Oh, this guy's hilarious.
Strength alone do we rise above the beasts.
I'm really sorry. I'll go to the back of the line, okay?
You should be so lucky. I'll have your head like I have these other worthless law breakers.
And he gets even funnier the further you go into the boss battle.
Your filthy soul is destined for the grave.
And the best part is about halfway through the fight, he says a line that made me honestly nearly fucking piss myself. First time when I played this, and I still think it's fucking insanely hilarious. But you'll see.
Your big food.
Come on, say the line. Fucking say it. Oh, that's it. Oh. Fuck. He got cut off midway through because he says, "Through my blade is justice sucked. I mean served." Because his weapon is a fucking straw. And like when I heard that, dude, I just about died laughing. Hopefully I can get him to say it again. Like his performance is just so fucking on point, man. And you're just not expecting this crab to have like this fucking southern drawl and just be so fucking ridiculous.
Your big food.
Come on, say the line, you rat bastard.
Through my blade is justice sucked. I mean served.
I'm sorry, dude, that, like, everything about that line is fucking perfect. The performance, like, the concept, the pun on his weapon, like, oh, dude. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played a game that made me laugh as much as this game has. Through my blade is justice sucked. I mean served.
Your big food.
If anyone asks, like, that's gotta be self-defense, right? If anyone asks, he just tripped and broke his leg and landed on a sword. Oh, it's so great, man. I fucking love the humor in this game, I really do. And like once I get to the palace, you're gonna see some of the funniest. Actually, probably yeah. The platinum for this is relatively well, I won't say relatively easy. This is a hard game. Like, don't get fooled. This game actually can be brutally difficult at times, but it's just basically you have to get 100% completion, and there's no real missables. And you can save it any time, so you can have multiple save files and go back. So it takes effort. It's like 20 to 30 hours to get everything done. But it's not, typically Souls-likes have a shit ton of missables. They require you to play the game 3 times, get all the animations, get all the quest lines, and especially in Dark Souls 2 and 3, they're fucking brutal. Or have online trophies. Oh shit, I forgot there's an item right there. Also, I really fuck with the soundtrack in this game a lot. I think you will too, I think you'll like it. It's very retro video game inspired. And doesn't abuse the tropical motif, like there's other parts to it besides that. You're also about to see what I mean when I say this game is just as much of a platformer. Like, this game has a lot of jumping and climbing and shit, but it's good because it's like a classic mascot platformer almost. And the voice acting, I'm actually kind of impressed with the voice acting, because the voice acting is actually, I think, members of the dev team, because the game was so small and the budget was so tiny. But despite the fact that it's voiced by members of the dev team, a lot of the voice acting is really good.
Speak. Yes, ma'am. I recently had my shell taken away, and I was wondering if there's any way we could work out some sort of a...
Do you like my castle, little hermit?
Your castle? Oh, it's pretty neat, I guess.
You guess? A lot of work went into this place, you know? Work made possible by generous contributions from citizens like yourself. And it was worth it, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. Look, I can find another way to pay my taxes, but for now I'd really just like to...
Even more gorgeous than the coral reefs. wouldn't you say?
I've never been to... I mean, yeah, absolutely. The reefs are super overrated. Everyone says so.
Oh, perhaps we can work out a deal, little hermit. But first I'll need something from you. My castle still lacks a certain panache, pizzazz, flair, je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Just a little jokes, man.
Went out on my behalf to recover something shiny and gorgeous from the cave to the west. But those buffoons haven't reported in since. Such incompetence. Climb the western tower to begin your journey to the cave. Then catch up with my platoon and help recover something worthy of my beauty. Return to me with trinket in claw, and we can speak of delaying your tax payments for no longer than 2 calendar tides.
Okay, thank you. I won't let you down. I'll get you the shiniest thing I can. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention the crazy murderous crabs outside trying to...
Begone, little hermit, I tire of you.
Yes, ma'am!
And see, here we get all these like product placements that are funny, like cow water for milk. But Marlboro cigarettes, Mario's, open me, aha, you. Shuckers, Uncrustworthies, grape jelly, mozzarella sandwich, and white bread. Like, that's fucking amazing. And then instead of goldfish, they have cheese guns. Well, hold on. When you buy cheese guns, when you bite into a handful of cheesy guns, you're experiencing a short controlled burst of 9mm flavor directly to your mouth's vital points. Each baked cracker is packed with enough real cheese and natural ingredients to smoke your taste buds at a range of up to 35 meters. So switch the safety off and get blasting. And remember, don't snack on anything you don't intend to enjoy. And then even funnier, is over here it says, the snack that fires back. But here, Max, we get the best one. It's a parody of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. I swear to God, if this isn't butter, I'm seriously going to lose it. And then the blurb on the back is the funniest fucking thing. The only, and I mean the only thing, maintaining my tenuous grasp on reality and preventing me from having a full-blown, irreversible nervous breakdown in the middle of the dairy aisle is the unshakable knowledge that within the package lies a genuine stick of butter and not margarine or any other similar substitute. I've been cheated so much, I've been lied to so many times, I seriously can't take it again. I almost don't even want to open the package. Whatever, here goes. I'm sorry, that's fucking hilarious. Now I got the grappling hook. You still there, Max, or did you vanish? Nope. Damn it. Echo, no! Kid's always trying to chew on shit she shouldn't be chewing on. Like plastic. That's cool, man. Did you at least hear what I said about the I can't believe it's not butter shit? Okay, you just didn't say anything. I'm sorry, dude. That is some of the funniest fucking fake product parodies I've seen, okay? So many games have done fake product parodies. This game is fucking amazing. I think you really enjoy Summoner 2, man. Dude, it is a million times better than the original Summoner. Like, the leap is so massive, man. On top of which, it has actual real-time combat, dude. The entire combat system is completely real-time. That alone should make you like it, I think, a million times more. Fucking did me. The story's way better, the acting's way better, the graphics are way better. Oh, God. See, each show you get has special abilities they use that are really good, usually. But the show has limited durability, so you have to keep swapping them. Fuck. Damn it. Fuck, I might as well get this trophy while I'm here. You get a trophy for falling to your death, called You Fell Off. Thankfully, it's not an instant death when you fall. You lose some health, not all of it, which I appreciate. Especially with this game's increased focus on platforming. Well, I have to be honest with you, Max. In just about every situation, I'm not really cool with insta-death. There's some instances where it works. Certain enemies that pursue you, for example, where you have to avoid them. But most of the time, when a game has an insta-death anything, it's pretty fucking shitty. That's been my experience with instant death mechanics. Not sure about you. Oh, come on, give me a fucking break. Only a few games I've ever played have done instant death right. And it was something where, like, it was a pursuer enemy where you know it's going to kill you if it touches you. And they give you a good warning before it comes. But usually when you have, like, an insta-death shit, it feels stupid. And cheap. And usually not in a way that makes sense. I also don't like anything in a game where you have to die. Like, there are situations in a game where you're pretty much not going to figure it out the first time no matter what. I understand there's going to be lots of things you're not likely to figure out the first time, but I still believe that you should be able to. Like, there are things where you basically have to die to progress and figure it out, and I hate shit like that. And in fact, Dark Souls 1 is fucking infamous for that. There's a sequence, yeah, they have a fucking... are you talking about where, like, you leave the map and it insta-kills you? Or across the boundaries of the map? Because, yeah, they could stop you from exiting the barriers of the map without fucking killing your character. I also hate it when they do that shit in the fucking... I think Bethesda does probably the worst version of the traditional barrier. Lots of games will try to, games will try to Kirby from leaving the map in unique ways. Like GTA 5 will make your boat run out of gas. But in Bethesda games, they'll literally just put an invisible barrier. There's nothing that way. Turn back. It's really fucking dumb. I'm trying to think of a game that did barriers the best. You know, maybe GTA 5. I honestly think having your boat run out of fuel is just really clever. And is in a way where it doesn't really penalize you, the player, because as soon as you turn back around, your boat's good. So it's like a creative way, and by the time you do that, you're really far out at sea anyway, so it's like, it's vaguely believable. I don't know, man. What do you think? What game do you think handles the keeping you in the map the best? Had the most creative solution? Okay, that actually is, I have to agree, that's really clever. That totally fits with the show. I remember that, now that you said that. That is a really clever in-canon way of doing that. That doesn't penalize the player. Because when you kill the player for going out of bounds, instead of just resetting them, you're basically penalizing them for exploring. You don't want to do that. You want to reward their curiosity. Now you access the skill tree, and you unlock the ability to fast travel, and it's called teleportation. Goddamn, these games is new. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Now the capsule's all fucked up. Maybe. But that's not the type of game you're really expecting to be exploring, honestly. In my opinion, anyway. Like, that game is linear. Like, you get the vibe, at least for me. But, yeah. That's fair. Loading tip. If you find yourself dying a lot, it might not be... If you find yourself dying a lot, it might be because you're not very good at the game yet. But, you know, I like Max Payne 3. I know you've grown to hate it. Shit. Yeah, that's my bad for not losing my shell. I mean, there's definitely problems with Max Payne 3. It's far from perfect, but I really enjoy Max Payne 3 for what it was. I didn't expect it to be like the first two. I expected it to be its own thing. That's what it was billed at. They never tried to say, well, you know. So, if you go into it with the right expectations and you expect it to be its own thing, you know, it'd be different if they were like, no, this is classic Max Payne, and then you played it and you're like, no, that's a fucking lie. And I honestly think if Rockstar had tried to copy Remedy, it just would have been incredibly bad. I know to you, it's like, oh, well, you know, it's just a Rockstar game. But with Max Payne stuff, like, if they had tried to do a Remedy game as Rockstar, it would have been fucking abysmal. And at that time, Remedy had no interest in ever doing another Max Payne game. They had moved on. Like, nobody made them cancel their Max Payne 3. They did. They decided they'd rather work on Alan Wake. So it's not like, you know, we could have got a Remedy Max Payne, and they said, Rockstar said, fuck you. If Remedy had wanted to make a Max Payne 3 at that time, Rockstar would have let them. So, you know, and at the time, Rockstar was trying to turn Max Payne into an actual series with regular entries, and Remedy had no plans to ever make another Max Payne game ever again, so they had to step up. So, given the choice of them doing their own thing and making their own flavor of Max Payne, or just trying to copy Remedy and obviously not being able to do it very well, I honestly prefer that what they chose. I don't think the gameplay in I don't think the gameplay in Alan Wake sucks ass either. I disagree with you there. I think the gameplay in Alan Wake is rough around the edges, but I think the core gameplay was good. I don't think the gameplay in But then I honestly think that the gameplay in Max Payne 1 was rough around the edges. And I personally think that Max Payne 2 was a huge improvement. Whereas you prefer first Max Payne. So... Just comes down to, you know, personal preference, I guess. Like I said, my personal favorite Max Payne is 2. And honestly, it really pisses me off. It's not just ragdoll physics, dude. We disagree. There's a lot of problems that I have with Max Payne 1, man. I really hate the fact that despite Max's wife and Jim being such a huge part of the story, they're barely mentioned. And really, really hope that the remake adds flashbacks with him, because you don't really... It's hard to feel the loss of his wife when she's barely included at all. I think that the villains in Max Payne 1 are funny, but none of them are intimidating or scary or particularly memorable. I mean, Horn is the most memorable one, but she's not exactly what you'd call like a super memorable villain. She's pretty much... Yeah, exactly, but she's the main villain. Alright, let's just talk about Max's wife, but I don't think she even has 15 minutes of screen time. She's... the villains come off as very Saturday morning cartoony. Like, I found the villains in Max Payne 1 more funny than anything else. And I really feel like to truly nail Noir, you have to have good villains. There are parts of Max Payne 1 that are just like what you described hating in Max Payne 3. They're instant death. Like the fucking, the explosion sequence where you're running away. And it's like you make a single wrong turn and you instantly die. I thought that was bullshit. And wound up having to restart that like 3 times because I was trying to look around and figure out where they wanted me to go. And oh no, I went off the path, die. The fucking blood trail platforming sequences I really dislike. And I don't think they're very good. And they don't fit in with the quality of the rest of the game. Even if I know you like them, I really don't. The fucking elevator sequence is shit. The final boss battle with Nicole with the helicopter is really trial and error. It's just doing it over and over again to figure out what you're supposed to do, and then it's almost effortless. So it's not really a memorable final fight as much as it is just trial and error, for me at least. There needs to be way more variety in locations. Half of the areas in Max Payne 1 look the same, which I guess is due to budget constraints. You know, but it's like, oh, another snowy apartment block. And, like, there's not a huge amount of places in that game that I found super memorable. Like, it captures the vibe of snowy New York, but the individual places didn't grab my attention like I hoped they would. And there are parts that are just kind of cheap, where enemies will just one-shot you. You know, so I don't think Max Payne 1 was perfect either. I think they were figuring that out too, and I think that Max Payne 2 was just way better. The story was way better. The story was way better. It fleshed out Max's character way more and had way more of the supporting cast. The villain was way better. Vlad is over the top, but he's threatening, he's menacing, he's psychopathic, he's super memorable. Like, when I think about a Max Payne villain, I think of Vlad. And I love his relationship with Max. It caught me off guard that he was the bad guy. I didn't think that was going to be the case. And, you know, his taunts to Max as you're raiding his hideout. Well, you don't even enjoy life, Max! Thought Vlad was a great villain, and it was really great to have a memorable antagonist. Mona felt kind of phoned into the first game. She was a central part of the second game and way better. She has her actual look. That's really cool. Her femme fatale look, where she, you know, there's more environmental variety in Max Payne 2. All the areas feel different. They have downtime moments where you actually talk to people. Like, the mission at the police precinct is one of my favorite missions in the entire series. Just because you actually get to see Max's life as a cop, which you don't really get to see in Max Payne 1 at all, because he's not really acting as a cop from, like, the start of that game, and you don't really get to see in 3, because he's not a cop. So that stuff in the precinct, all the optional conversations you can have, all the people you can talk to, and you can tell where that laid the groundwork for Alan Wake, because Alan Wake has a lot more moments like that, where you can just have downtime and talk to people. And personally, one of the things that pissed me off the most about Max Payne 3 is in Max Payne 2, they have the best bullet time. I absolutely love the concept of the more kills you get in bullet time, the deeper into bullet time you go into. And when you get a bunch of kills in a row, it's like super, super slow-mo. And then he does the fucking reload spin. That's fucking awesome. And I was super disappointed that Max Payne 3 didn't bring back that mechanic. Because, like I said, I thought bullet time in Max Payne 2 was the best it's ever been. And it really encouraged you to find creative streaks to keep going to get into the zone and get into the super, super slow-mo. And I even love how they explain what bullet time is. You know, they like literally give you an in-canon universe explanation in Max Payne 2 for what the fuck it is. Where he's not actually slowing down time, he's focusing, and time is relative, which it is, we know that it is, and it's relatively slower to him as he's going into the moment. That is actually, not only is it really cool that they gave an explanation that fits, that doesn't give him supernatural powers, but they actually go into actual theory about time. Like, it's been theorized forever that time is relative and people will experience it. So, like, they incorporated a real phenomena into bullet time. I think that's cool as shit. They could have made it, you know, in fear, oh, he's got supernatural powers. And it fits the whole thing of him being a badass gun, you know, action hero, that he's in the moment. It's like a lifetime. He sits, you know, that he comes alive when he's in a battle. I love shit like that. And so you keep saying, well, I don't know anything about the gist about Max Payne's plot. Obviously not. I was just able to tell you, like, a lot of different parts of the plot. Like, I remember more than you think I do. Okay? Just because I can't quote every single line of the Max Payne script fucking verbatim like you can, doesn't mean I don't remember hardly anything. It just means you have a problem. Yeah, that is true. The lock where you both go into bullet time, that was cool. I remember thinking that was cool too, even though I didn't really play the multiplayer. Because I for sure thought there would be no bullet time in multiplayer, so having like people go into it together was super fucking cool, and really reinforced the concept of Max Payne. It's like, oh, it's a showdown. So yeah, props to them for that. And I've heard from people that it was generally good. I only played it a little bit back in the day. I actually did try it, but I didn't play it enough. I'm not a multiplayer guy, but I have heard a lot of people say it was actually a really good multiplayer mode, and they're sad that the servers were shut down. So props to them, because, you know, a lot of the time, Max, when they take a game that's not known for multiplayer, and they put multiplayer in it, usually sucks dick. So props to Rockstar for creating multiplayer that was really good, and not just copying GTA 4's. You know, because they could have just copy and pasted GTA 4 shit, and they didn't. They made a multiplayer mode that was unique to Max Payne. So, you know, props to Rockstar for that, I think. And they gave away copies of Max Payne 1 for 360. The Xbox 360 Arcade Edition. That was really cool. A bunch of people got to play Max Payne 1 because of that. If like pretty much any Xbox 360 copy of Max Payne 3, if you bought it new, it came with a code to download the arcade version of Max Payne 1, which I think is really cool. Did I ever tell you about the time at my Walmart? I used to work at Walmart, and I found like 20 unopened copies of Max Payne 3 at Walmart. Like at the bottom of like the software bin. Because Rockstar mistakenly thought that Max Payne 3 was going to be as big as GTA, so they produced way more copies than they needed. So there was like a lot of things. Like I was going through and I had to sort the electronics one night. And I was searching through, and there was like 20 fucking brand new wrapped copies of Max Payne 3. And they were like $10 a piece, so I literally got every one of my major friends at the time a copy of Max Payne 3. Well, I did buy 3 copies. I bought one for me, one for my friend, and then one for my other friend. And we all not only got a copy of Max Payne 3, but we all got download codes for Max Payne 1. And it's funny because this was like 2016, Max, 2017, somewhere around there. So this is like 3 or 4 years after the game came out, or 5. No, yeah, it was 5 because it was 4 or 5. Because if I'm not mistaken, Max Payne 3 came out in 2012. Yeah, it did. So I was like, what the fuck are new unopened copies doing here? I'm like, how long have these sat here? And it was just a funny thing. And it actually got my friends into Max Payne. Because I insisted that they actually play Max Payne 1 as well. I said, don't just play Max Payne 3. I'm like, use that download code and get Max Payne 1 and play it. Yeah. He may have a Discord, but we're not talking anymore. This was my friend Cayman and Micaiah, and they were dicks. That's the guy who was like my friend for 5 years, 6 years, and I thought he was gonna be my friend forever, and then he abandoned me like right after my grandma was murdered. Because I was being tough to be around. It's like the one time I needed him most, he fucks me. Plus, like, we got into like a heated argument because of fucking him. He was being a dipshit. Like, they came over to my house, McKay and came in, and they, I generally had a rule that you could play any of my systems, because I have a bunch of game systems, I had even more then. You could play any of my game systems you wanted, as long as it wasn't the main system that I was using, without asking me. So if I was playing Xbox One or PS4, whatever, leave that system alone. But any other one, you can use. Which I thought was more than fair. Because, you know, at the time I had like 15 systems. So you could grab my PS1, my PS2, my PS3, my 360, my original Xbox, my Xbox One. Just don't fuck with the system you know I'm using. And they were like, I went to sleep, I took a brief nap. And Micaiah was using my fucking, main system, my PS4, and I'm like, why didn't you ask? You know, because like, yeah, I told you, you know my stance on it. And then I got up and I wasn't a big deal. I said, okay, well, I'm up now. It's not really that big of a deal. Let me. And he's like, well, I just started, man. And I had to repeatedly ask him to get off my fucking system. And he basically wouldn't. So it came to the point where I literally would have had to have fucking physically assaulted this man to get him off my fucking system. So I basically had to let him do it. Because his mom had brought him over to my house. And there was no way for his mom to come and get him. So I was going to have to kick his ass out on the street. Or beat the fucking shit out of him to get my system. And as much as it pissed me off, it wasn't worth that. So, but I was really upset about that. And when I talked to Cayman about it, and I told him that he should talk to Micaiah and tell him how displeased I am, because I already had. I told him, you know, Micaiah likes you more than me. He'll listen to you. He took Micaiah's side, and he's like, I was being rude. And that fucking flabbergasted the shit out of me. I'm being rude? That you're coming into my house and using my system that you didn't fucking ask to use, and then when I politely ask you 3 times to get off my system, you fucking refuse? And I'm the rude one in that situation. Like that, like I was fucking mystified. How he could honestly think that I was the asshole in that situation, and not the person hijacking my fucking shit. When I literally had like 14 other systems he could have used, and then he used the one system he knew that he shouldn't. How am I the dick in that situation? You know, and it slightly irked me that he used the system that he knew I probably wouldn't want him to. But if he had got off when I asked him to, it would have just been a minor thing. Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna go into old history. It just really pissed me off. And like I said, I try to see people's perspectives. I try to understand their perspective. But in that situation, I honestly am not sure how anyone could think that I'm the asshole in that situation. And I don't like being put in a situation where I have to seriously contemplate whooping somebody's ass either. Oh man, he actually was scared of me. It's funny. because I told you my aunt could be a little bit fucking crazy. One time when I was like 17, she laid hands on me, and she kept laying hands on me, and wouldn't let go, and I told you like countless abuse that I've suffered from her. So I lost it, and I punched her in the face as hard as I could. And I told her I was going to punch her. I said, if you don't let go of me, I'm going to hit you. Because she grabbed my collar, you know what I'm saying? Would not let go. I didn't touch her first. She touched me. And, you know, like, this is after months and months and months of taking her shit. And I didn't even mean to hit her that hard, but her, like, whole right side of her face was swollen like a fucking balloon, man. And Micaiah saw that, and he was like, God damn. And then after that, we like, got into an argument. I don't remember over what, because it's so many years ago now. But he was pissing me off. He was doing something really annoying, and I kept asking him, hey, can you stop? Hey, can you stop? Like, really politely at first. You know, because it takes a lot to get me really riled up. I'm not like somebody who's just at a drop of a hat, well, fuck you. And I told him, dude, you're pissing me off. Like, I said, stop. This is like the 5th time. You know, I was like, please stop. Can you stop? Can you stop? And he was like, well, with all due respect, I don't rightly give a damn if I'm pissing you off. And I told him, you know, without skipping a beat, I said, you will care about pissing me off when I beat the fucking shit out of you. Ah, fuck, I died. Oh, well. And then he got real quiet, because he saw what I'd done. He knew I could. But I don't really feel bad about that, because like I said, when you're continuously doing something that you know pisses somebody off, and they ask you politely, yeah, this was a little bit different. This was not busting balls, dude. This was like doing something that really upset me, and I told him that. This was not like a minor thing, like you making gay jokes. You know, where it's just like, you're fucking with me. Like, this was like really, really annoying. Like, think about, like, the thing that annoys you the most. Something you fucking hate. And then imagine somebody sitting there doing that for, like, 30 minutes straight, and you asking them, like, 20 times to cut it the fuck out. Like, this wasn't, you know what I mean? Just a little bit fucking with me. Like, this was enough to really upset me. And I wish I could remember what it was, because it's been like over 10 years since then. But it was something that really, really pissed me off. And I'm trying to remember. But it wasn't something minor, because then I would have just been like, oh, ha, ha, ha. You know? You'll say stuff, and it'll be like mocking me, and I'll just laugh it off. Even if it's annoying. Ugh, fucker. I'm honestly just trying to remember what it was. Oh well, doesn't matter. But trust me when I tell you, he crossed the line. Oh well, like I said, you know, it just hurt me because I thought Cameron was gonna be my friend forever. It's like right when my grandma was murdered, that's when I needed him the most, you know? I was so fucked up after she died. She was so close to me. I was so close to her. I loved her. She was somebody I was around every day of my life. I honestly can't even describe to you how much she meant to me. It honestly felt like a part of me died with her. And it's been 5 years, going on 6 years now, and I still miss her every day of my life. Excuse me. So, you know, when she died, and not just died, she was cruelly murdered. And then I found out that they were basically torturing her at the hospital. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, she died and couldn't be helped. Like, she directly died because of them. They kept her in the dark. They didn't treat her well. They didn't give her the proper care, and we had no idea of any of this. Because the person, we literally sent Tara with her, okay? Because we couldn't be up there at the hospital. We couldn't be with her at the hospital. So we sent Tara to watch over everything. You know what I'm saying? And we thought if something was going on, or if there was some kind of abuse, that Tara would tell us. You know what I mean? And she didn't. Or maybe she didn't see it, I don't know. But if we had had any inkling that they were mistreating her, we would have fucking beat their asses so fucking quickly. Their heads would fucking spin. You know what I mean? So we didn't know until it was too late. But then after we were doing an investigation, why did she die? She should have got better. We saw what they had done, and by then it was too fucking late. So, you know, it's not just that she died. Because she was 74. She lived a nice long life. But it was how she died. She died in pain and terrible suffering. And her death was entirely preventable. She could have lived several more years. Good years. That they took from her. And they mistreated her. And it's like, she was such a nice woman. Like, what could she possibly fucking done to deserve that? And the answer is nothing. You know what I mean? It's just senseless fucking cruelty. Picking on an elderly woman, like, it makes me so mad. And nobody ever got arrested or lost their job or anything like that. So it's like, and I knew very early on that nothing was going to happen to the people who did it. So it wasn't just that she died, it wasn't that she suffered, that she could have lived. Nobody was going to be punished. Nobody would ever be punished. It really fucked me up mentally. Like, it still makes me want to cry even now thinking about it. But back then, it devastated me. Like, it hurt me so much. You know, and I just thought that my best friend in the whole world that I've been friends with for fucking 6 years was gonna be there for me. So, like, I honestly thought me and him were gonna be friends for life. I had always been there for him, you know? And it just, like, it came at such, like, the worst possible time. It really did feel like he was just fucking kicking me while I was down. Yeah, sorry for the long-winded speech. Just trying to explain why I'm not talking to him anymore. I don't turn my back on people that I care about without good reason. But what are you gonna do? That's life. What the fuck? Oh shit, I'm getting ambushed by two of them? What the shit? Oh well, shit happens. Yeah, that's another cool thing that I love about this game. You can actually roll with your shells and game speed, adding almost kind of like a skateboarding component to the game. It's super fucking cool. That's another reason why I thought you would like this game, because it kind of scratches that 90s platformer itch. You know what I mean? You can see what I mean, how it clearly, it has Souls-like elements, yeah, but it also has a lot of elements of mascot platformers. You know what I mean? Like PS2 era almost, like the graphics, all that, it almost feels like a throwback to PS2 mascot games in a way, which I really fuck with. What the fuck? Oh my god. What a fucking... Yeah, let's try to do this again. I'm trying to get to the... I'm about to face the game's first major boss fight. Well, like major. Like obviously there was... That's another thing I really like about this game.
I don't know if you noticed, but your guards are going nuts out there.
Gotta never please give me
Oh, little hermit.
Gotta never please give me
Our minds are clear as crystal.
Gotta never
now.
please give me
I once thought my duchy quite beautiful, you know. Worth preserving. But compared to the reefs, it's a shameful, transient thing, destined to wash away. That's why I'm having them tear it down. I thought my beauty worth preserving too. But of course, my worthless life will wash away as easily as any other. Almost as easily as yours, little hermit!
I'll let her kill me. One thing I really like about this game...
Your death will be gorgeous!
It just depends on if you think you're gonna get enough...
Worthless this all is!
Just depends, bro, if you're gonna think you're gonna get enough games for it. If you're only gonna get a few games for it, then no. But if you feel like you're gonna get a lot of games for it, then yeah. I also haven't really kept up with how the used game situation is on Xbox, original Xbox. How, like, if the scalping is as bad as it is for fucking GameCube or some PS2 games. Because that would define it as well. If the games are going to be so expensive you can't hardly afford any, fuck that.
You're mine!
Oh, that's not that bad then. It just depends on how many games you think you want, man. Because like I said, if there's only a couple, then I wouldn't get it. But if you could see yourself developing a big collection for it, then I'd go for it.
Quit squirming! Tear it all see how worthless this all is?
Ah, she's such a bitch. Yeah, still nothing wrong with that, man.
Your death will be gorgeous! Quit squirming! Tear it all down! Return it to the waves! You're mine!
Ah, what a bitch. Ah, thank fuck.
All of our lives are as sand beneath the tide. You'll see one day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you had so much problems with the Xbox version of Max Payne on Xbox Series X. I never had any problems with it. Ah, could be. Okay, that's the way out. Yep. New Carcinia. It's actually like a massive fucking town, which is really cool. That's another thing you don't see in a lot of Souls likes, like a living town full of people. I love this top. It's a great shell. Oh, fuck, he killed me. Oh, well, no big deal. What a bitch. Ah, fuck, I was doing so well too. Alright. Oh shit. For Nimoy! Yeah, I wonder what this thimble does. It gives you like a kind of shield. That's cool. shit. Oh, yeah. I'm not complaining if the enemy kills themselves. Shit, wow. Really got gangbanged by those crabs. Whew, okay. Oh, what the fuck? That's lame. Ah, you dick. Oh, give me a fucking break. Shit. Yeah, I already lost too much health. So I'm really quickly gonna go back to the fucking checkpoint. Or try to, at least. Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna run past these fuckers. So I can get my shit back. Okay, that time I just absolutely ripped through them. And that worked, even though I was at really low health. Okay, well, you know, I'm not gonna complain. All's well that ends well. Is there some way to get over there, or... Yeah, it looks like there should be. Where am I supposed to go then? What the fuck? Maybe... No, I can't really... Oh, you fucking asshole. Okay, yeah, there's another path forward. That's my bad. Alright, man, I'll see you when I see you. A watery grave. Oh, well, I got my shit back. Not a big deal. Shit. God, this game doesn't need them. God, this game doesn't need them. Gotta never give me them. Gotta never give me them. Gotta never give me them. I'm right there, no big deal. Got a name of the game, maybe the name. New Carcinia. The big crab apple. God never give me them. 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 Excuse me.
It's trash day! Everyone get your baskets! Don't miss out!
Back off! I saw it first! Get your own trash, bump suckers!
What is that thing?
I've never seen anything like it.
It's a message from the captain! It's got his face right on it! It's gotta be! Excuse me? Excuse me, please. Pardon me. Excuse me, young lady. As New Costinia's official historian, I'm sure I can shed some light on... My God! If I'm not mistaken, this is part of a map! A map showing the way to a most valuable treasure, I say. If someone were to find its missing pieces and decipher them, why, they'd be rich beyond their wildest dreams, I say.
Rich? I like the sound of that. That treasure's as good as mine. I'll be able to afford the flash you sell in the ocean, you know?
Not if I get there first! Think of all the tourists that treasure could bring to our city!
Well, don't you count out us bottom-siders. You'll be eating your hat when I get that treasure and fix up my restaurant.
It would appear the hunt is on, I say. The first stop on the map seems to be the forest to the north of here. May the best, Crab!
Apologies for the interruption, folks. I seem to have misheard something. I could have almost sworn there were some citizens here planning on unearthing some valuables. Need I remind you all how threatening the ocean is outside this reef? I'd hope it would go without saying that the duty of such a dangerous excavation would fall to the Shellfish Corporation. That would be safest for all involved. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I hear you, Roland. No problem.
Then, as Shellfish Corp's CEO and this fair city's de facto mayor, I suppose no one would have any objections to my taking sole control of this treasure hunt. Are we all in agreement?
Oh dear. I suppose that sounds all right with me, I say.
You hear what they're talking about over there?
Sounds like some kind of crazy treasure hunt.
Hey kid, I just got an idea. If you can go get that treasure they're jawing about, I'll gladly trade your shell for it.
For real? You'd really do that?
You bet. A prawn never goes back on his promise.
Aw, yeah! I'm gonna find that treasure!
Haha, yeah, you go, kid! Roland can't tell us what to do! That treasure belongs to whoever can find it first!
The corporations don't control us!
I suppose a little friendly competition is only fair. I hope you know what you just dove into, kid. See you in the open ocean, treasure hunters.
The sands between, yeah, there's a big ass, like the open hub that leads into all the other major hubs. A watery grave. Oh shit. Another big deal.